Hi guys, this is Dale with the insurance. Today we're going to talk about an article that I'm pretty fond of, and once again it's chock full of information. But the biggest nugget I think is this is a coverage that not many people know about, and it's important because I get a sense that and the market shows this that as you go into kind of a downturn economically, a lot of people, and obviously coming out of COVID, a lot of people start to reevaluate their jobs, and you have all this quiet quitting and all this stuff. But one of the good things that came out of that time was that a lot of people started to do what they really loved, right? So whether it be starting side, quote unquote, side gigs and selling stuff on Etsy or Amazon, or going into business for themselves, right? Which is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But when you do that, as people did that, they started LLCs, right? One person LLCs, maybe two or three business partner type LLCs. But this article touches on that, right? So this article is titled Limited Liability Insurance, Do I Need It? Right? Now, most people know about general liability, right? Because it's practically the foundation of any small business insurance, right? You need insurance for your personal property, any bodily injury that your products or services may cause, slip and falls that may happen on your premises, slander, legal fees, being sued. All of these things fall into that umbrella of coverage for general liability. And obviously there are more things that tack on top of general liability, whether it be workers' comp or property insurance, things like that, commercial vehicle, things like that. But GL, most people know about. Limited liability insurance is something that's very cool and unique, that's geared towards small businesses, but limited LLCs in particular, right? Hence limited liability insurance, right? But it covers the person for their interests, personal interest, if they are sued, right? Because obviously the limited liability company does provide protection in most cases for that individual's personal assets, right? It separates the assets, right? This is the business. If you sue the business for something I sold you, then you can't come and sue me, right? For my home, right? My personal assets. Limited liability insurance provides coverage for additional coverage for your personal assets, right? So things that you don't think about, but it's costly, right? So there are legal fees for you to actually argue that, hey, like, listen, this is the LLC. The LLC is being sued. You cannot come after my personal assets. Even though in the letter of the law it may be correct, you still have to hire a lawyer and go through the process of arguing your case. That takes time and money. And for a small bit, not even a small business, a one-person LLC, that can be a lot. That can lead to bankruptcy, right? Now, the caveat is that limited liability insurance doesn't cover all of the personal interests of every partner within that LLC. Each person has to individually get their own limited liability insurance for their personal coverage, right, of their assets, right? The other kicker, which just makes this a no-brainer, is that the cost of this is under $50 per month, right? It's typically between kind of $35, $45 a month. and it gives you that personal added layer of coverage in case, worst case scenario, in case you are sued personally, right? From something that LLC has done or something you have done, advice you've provided or products you've sold through your LLC. Okay? So limited liability insurance, a coverage that not many people know about, but even if you have GL, right, or a BOP, a business owner's policy, it's still a good idea to look at this coverage, especially if you're a smaller or one-person limited liability company. Okay? Hopefully this was helpful, guys. Thanks for stopping by. We'll chat next week.